Namaste. How are you all keeping safe and well, I hope. This video is about the state of the mind after a person has gone through COVID. And we have been talking so much about COVID for the past almost 1.5 years. What should be done to prevent getting COVID, and if you get this disease also, then what you should do. All this many people have spoken. In fact, better qualified people, medical people, so many doctors have spoken about it. So I am not going to go into that at all. I am more concerned about the mind, and I wish to speak about how you can revive the energy of the mind if you have been affected by COVID and you have recovered from it. Of late, I have been counseling many people, online counseling, and also in my online classes, I have been meeting many people who have been recovering from COVID, and maybe they are still in quarantine, some of them have finished their quarantine. So when they talk to me, most of them have expressed one thing. They said, generally, earlier when we fall sick, maybe we have fever for a day or cold for a day or some kind of an illness. Maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days or 1 week you're not well, it's fine. But after that, once the whole fever or whatever, it has become all right, then it takes about 1 or 2 days. Maybe you feel a little bit tired, but after that you slowly come back to your normal self. That's what always we find. At least the mind becomes all right. Okay, the fever is gone, I'm all right. It becomes okay. But they say with COVID, what they have seen is the COVID is there for only maybe 3-4 days. Some symptoms are there. Some people have fever, some do not have fever. They have throat pain or body pain or no taste. Or there are various symptoms which we have been hearing about quite a lot. Maybe all that is there for 3 or 4 days. They take some medicines, and by the 4th or 5th day, they say those symptoms have gone. I mean, no fever, no body, body pain may still extend, but fever is not there, cough is not there. All that is better. But then they say the body takes some time to recover. There is pain, there is tiredness, all that takes a lot of time to recover. Okay, that we can understand. But we are going to speak more about the mind. So when they speak about the mind, many of them have said, after COVID, the mind is not getting back to normal quickly. It is taking a long time to get back to normal. And now a new term has been coined by, I think it is by the medical world. They say long COVID. I've been hearing it here and there. So what is long COVID? Long COVID is when the effect of the COVID disease, even after the disease has gone, the effect of it continues for quite some time, both physically and mentally. So they are calling it long COVID now. So that is what I am talking about. Not only the physical aspect is definitely there, but I am speaking more about the mind. So here, what happens to the mind is, somewhere the mind seems to have lost its energy completely after this disease affects a person. Even when the person is recovering and when he becomes all right also, mentally they do not feel the same energy which was there before they were affected by COVID. This is what many people have been saying. In fact, recently I counseled one young man. He's married for about two years, and he got COVID, and after that he's been separated from his wife recently. So when he spoke to me, he said, generally I am very patient, I am very tolerant. They both have been having some misunderstanding for quite some time. He said, it's been there always. We sometimes have a quarrel, but I am very patient because I know she's a good girl. I want to make things all right. I want us to live happily. So always I'm patient, tolerant, and whatever happens, even if we fight, we always get back together and everything becomes all right. But he says, after this COVID affected me, he says, I have just lost it. I don't have the energy to be tolerant, patient, and wait for her to come back, wait for her to again, patch up with me. I somehow don't have that patience at all. And he says, I don't have that positive outlook. I do not want to do anything. I don't want to, try and make her all right and try and end the quarrel. I don't want to do anything. He says, I just don't bother anymore. I'm feeling like that. I feel like just giving up on everything. And his business, he was in quarantine when he was talking to me after the COVID. So he said, I'm here in my house, I have my laptop, I have my mobile phone, Wi-Fi is there, everything is there. He's running a business. He says, I can still sit here and do my work. I'm not so tired, I can sit and do my work. But He says the mind is not cooperating. Even the body is okay, I can sit for an hour and work, but the mind is not allowing me to do anything. The mind is making me feel so negative. The mind does not want to take any decisions, does not want to look at the mail, does not want to do anything. It's just not allowing me. So he was explaining all this in his counseling session. That was one example I saw. And of course, there were many people who had attended our classes. And at the end of the class, generally, it's a 3.5 hour class usually. I have classes on Saturdays, online classes. So towards the end of the class, maybe about 3 hours later, 3 hours, 15 minutes later, towards the end, the last 15-20 minutes, people share their experience with the class. So so many people have spoken. One lady said it very clearly. She said, I was affected by COVID and I'm still in quarantine. So she says, I became so kind of depressed. I just lost it. She says, I generally like to watch TV. I like to talk to my friends. I'll do all that. And she was working from home before she was affected by COVID, because COVID has been there for nearly 1.5 years. So she's already been working from home. And she said, I was able to maintain that, enthusiasm with my work and, to finish things on time and submit everything I was doing. I mean, nobody could find fault with my work, even though I was working from home. She said I was doing justice to my work. But after this COVID, the COVID is over, but she says I'm still in quarantine, and I thought, let me at least attend this class. That's why she said she joined, because she said the mind was just not cooperating. I did not feel like sitting and working. I did not feel like attending calls, even the official calls. And talking to friends I used to enjoy so much. She says even that I don't feel like doing. I don't feel like doing anything at all. And for everything I get negative thoughts. That was another thing she mentioned. So that is why she said when this class came up, she said, I thought let me at least attend this class. It's an online class, so from the same room I can attend. So she attended the class, and towards the end of it when she spoke, she said, after a long time, after these few meditations, I'm feeling absolutely fine now. I can feel that enthusiasm coming up. I can feel my mind energy rising, and even my body is feeling much better. This is what she said. This is not just this one lady. Many people who have attended our classes have made the same kind of a comment. And in the last 2 months, particularly in April and May, I'm doing this video now in the first week of June. In April and May, in many of our classes, there were people who were recovering from COVID. And most of them at the end of it, they said, I'm so happy I attended the class because this is what I needed. It has just lifted my spirits. The few meditations that we did in the class has made me feel so nice, and it has taken away all the stress from my mind. I'm really feeling I'm back to normal. So why am I saying this here? Because there are so many people out there who have been affected by COVID, and some of them have recovered completely, some are still recovering, some are in quarantine. There are many people like that. You may be still taking some medicines, or you may be following some diet norms to get back some energy, to increase the immunity level. All that you may be doing, but still you may be feeling that you're still not there. You've not reached. So this is a message to everyone that if you have been affected by COVID, if you are just recovering from COVID, to get back your full energy, one thing which can really help you is meditation. I'm saying this because I know the effect of meditation, but today I'm seeing how it is helping people who are recovering from COVID. What happens when we meditate? The moment you get into a meditative state, cosmic energy flows through us. And when cosmic energy flows through you, what does it do? It reaches every cell in your body. It fills every cell with light and energy, and the whole vibration of the body changes. The mind also goes to a different level of existence completely. This meditation can do for us instantly. Medicines or food habits will take time. They will also help you, but for instant energy, meditation can give you the solution. So I thought I must explain this to all of you, because you may be looking for a solution like this. And our alpha meditations are so relaxing, particularly the basic alpha meditation if you do. And we have many other meditations which actually give a good healing as well. But the simple alpha meditation, where you just relax the body and relax the mind and reach the alpha level, many people have found it so useful in this stage. because it releases a lot of stress from the body. It also releases stress from the mind, and it takes you to that nice state of good feeling, a wonderful blissful feeling it gives you. And that is what everybody needs today, particularly somebody who's recovering from COVID. They need something to lift them up, to pull them up from that kind of a depressed state of mind which many people are experiencing. We do not know the reason, but somewhere this is happening to many people. So I thought I should share this with you. Try meditation and see how it helps you. It will definitely help you in the physical way to recover very quickly. It will also help your mind to recover and jump back to whatever it was earlier. So try it and see.